Guys, it's a big day today. We're getting some wrapping done. Let's get it. Both the doors wrapped is the goal. They still have some sanding work to get done, but I think it's a good goal and I think we can get them done. So we pulled the door off his parts car and I just finished sanding it and I'm going to show you guys how to wrap it. Before wrapping, you want to clean it with a degreasing soap. You normally don't want to use degreasing soap because it takes away like the top film of clear coat over time. But you want to do that when you're wrapping because it gets any sort of grease so the wrap will stick better to the car. So I'm gonna degrease it right now and then let's cut the wrap and get started. Okay, we got all cleaned up. I'm gonna go grab the piece of wrap. I just have it back there. I'm gonna lay it on top. I'll show you guys how to do this. All right, you wanna have the wrap a bit bigger than the piece you're working on. You wanna not touch on where the wrap is gonna be touching as much as possible. So that's why you have all this extra on the sides. So I have like 3 or 4 inches extra on each side. And then probably like 6 inches extra on the top and bottom. So let's take this off. Doesn't matter too much if it gets wrinkled because you can just heat out the wrinkles right out. Got it laid, so we want to just flatten it out the best we can. Alright, this car is actually super easy. All the pieces are pretty flat. The 350Z that I wrapped before, the fenders took a little while because they had such a big curve to them. But for example, these fenders, they're a lot flatter. So I could really just pull it and it laid really flat. And then I just had to squeegee it out. So we got this laid really flat. So you want to start kind of in the middle and work your way out. You don't want to work all the way to one corner because then you have all the excess and all the tension at one corner. So let's start squeegeeing this out. Just going along nice and slow. Definitely take your time. See, there's some bubbles that I missed before, but this like vinyl is really cool because if you have a bubble like this, it has air release technology, so most of the time it'll come out even if you miss this while it's in the middle. Like, look, I'll make a bubble right in the middle, all sealed out.
but you can just press that down and you're good. Just move that out to the edges. Let's pull this a little bit right here. Flatten that out a little bit. See, all flattened out now. Just push that to the edge now. All right, the bulk of it is wrapped down. Looks super solid. So as you've noticed on the 300s, it has a line down here. I'll show you over here real quick. So there's this line that kind of goes deep right here. You don't want to just heat the wrap and push it in big crevices like this. You want to lift up the wrap, fold it down so it's loose, so you don't have tension. Because if you heat up and just push it in here, it creates more tension that can pull back. You don't want to make pull back areas, because then it creates a failing point. All right, so I'm going to lift this up like this, just to that area. And we're gonna push it in like that. Got that tucked in there now. In my case, it doesn't matter too much how it looks past that point though. Because for some reason, when they were designing this 300ZX, all along the bottom, they put this like bumpy material. I think it's supposed to stop like rock chips and paint chips and stuff. But I just feel like the wrap isn't gonna stick very well to that. So I got side skirts that are gonna cover all that on the bottom, but it's on the door a little bit too. I ended up already wrapping them, but they made these door fillers that go right in here. They actually tuck right in that area right there. So I don't need to worry about wrapping that. And we don't need to be able to see all the bumps too. Just to show you guys how forgiving this vinyl wrap really is, I'll show you on this handle. You can push it so it gets kind of deformed. Pretty messed up. Hit it with a little heat and it'll heal itself back to the original shape. Look at that. You can't even tell that I was poking it. And here comes the scary part. Cutting. The bottom's not bad because it won't be seen. This top though is scary because I don't want the red to be showing at all. So you have to get really, really close to the trim. So I'm gonna try to cut inside the trim a little bit. Just gonna push this back down now. See how we look. Overall, it looks pretty good. Got that door done. Even put on the little door filler at the bottom. Woo! Shines in the sun. Check it out. Yeah. Came out really nice. On the back edge, if you can see it, just went right inside a tiny bit, so you won't be able to see any red while the door is closed. And the handle fills in this gap right here. Look at that shine. Garage is a mess. There's the old nugget. Today, we're putting the oil catch can on behind the intercooler. We are putting on the notorious fuel pressure regulator. For some reason, these fittings just like don't exist. I went to like 6 different stores to find them and finally found them. It's gonna mount nicely right there though. Hopefully it'll fit. Then there's the gauge for that. Trunk's looking good though. Fender's looking good. Door needs work. And then this one is going to be replacing the other door. And it looks awesome. Did this all in one day actually. Sanded what needed to be sanded. Wrapped it. All done. If you haven't seen the new masks already, whew, they look good. Go grab yourself one. Use the code STYLEUP for a little discount. Alright, we got these super rad mirrors for the car, GK Tech. But as you can see here, they're a lot smaller than the 300ZX regular mirrors. So there's a big gap there. Basically 300ZX mirrors just don't exist. You can find like proper Gana doors for like $3 grand online. And I'm not willing to do that. So we're making a plate to put behind this. Here's the mock-up of the plate. It's gonna go behind it. So it's gonna sit like that, and then we're gonna put the mirror on top. So right here is just gonna be black. And who knows, maybe I'll cut out this part right here. We'll see how we go. Alright, Quincy got the fuel pressure regulator all hooked up there, looking real clean. So the plates to cover up the rest of the area. It's all out of the ABS plastic now. I'll be sanding the front, wrapping it with black wrap as well, just to make it look clean. And Quincy even got the air-fuel ratio wideband gauge in there. We just need to wire it, figure out a way to get it through the firewall. I'm just gonna wrap up this sanding right now, get this all ready to wrap. Let's start wrapping. nice little thing to finish up the door is this little door filler right here. Just held on by 3M tape. We all good.